Hey, welcome back once again to Jack's Tech Corner and another programming type of video. I'm working this morning on this program that I kind of wrote to create new projects. And the idea of this program, it's actually up on my GitHub page. If you want to check it out, you can go to the GitHub and pull it down for yourself. It's a public program, so you can do whatever you want with it. But I'm trying to learn how to use PySimpleGUI, PySimpleGUI, and I'm trying to learn how to use that. So hopefully, my goal is to make a user interface for the program that I wrote. So this is the actual program that I wrote. You can see here, all it does, it gets the user selection. So what I have it set up to do is, I'm trying to get this microphone set up here a little bit better. What I have it set up to do is basically, you could either run the program in Windows, on a Mac, or Linux, or it will exit. And as you can see, I have this set up just to run as, a script file, basically. And I defined my different parts of my program here: Windows, Linux, Mac, and obviously the main menu where I could just jump back out and get out of the code here. But today I was working, I thought, well, it would be really cool if I could use this PySimpleGUI and create a windowed application or, a GUI for my app. And I thought that would be really, really cool. This is what I have so far. Actually, it's not much, but you see this here, and I was just breaking it down. I was thinking, hey, how do I get the layout the way I want it? So right now I do have the title bar set up. I wrote this. I got the title bar set up here, and I got run on Windows, and but I want these to be laid out. First thing on the top here though is what's the new project name is what I'm trying to work on. So what I found though is I found a Stack Overflow, obviously. So Stack Overflow, I found that I can actually build this out a little differently than what I was originally thinking. So all I got to do is go here at the beginning of my layout, or right after the first bracket, and build some more rows is what it looks like. So let's try this real quick here. Let's say we're going to give another row here. So sg.text. And we are going to give it a new row, so we'll do this. We'll do project. Oops. Now we'll say new project name. I guess I better put a quotation mark around this. So new project name. And at that point, we can close this here. Close this with another bracket. And put a comma in here. So really what that should give us, and what I should do actually, is I should build these on kind of like this. I think this will look better. I think it'd be easier for me to follow it if we have it set up where it's going to be different rows. So let's run this and see what happens. Alright, so that's looking pretty much what I wanted to do here. See, new project name, I just added that line. So everything is in that layout box. And I'm learning this. This is really cool stuff. PySimpleGUI. Now, you'll have to import it. I'm not going to go through all that. There's some really good tutorials on YouTube how to do this. There's some really good web pages. I'm using a lot of Stack Overflow when I write code, so it's very nice. It's very easy to use. But what I want to do now here is I want to put an input box here with this. So let's see how I would do that. Go here, and we're going to put another comma, sg dot input, okay, input, so we can capture a user input. SG input. Now this is kind of weird because how would this know that it's for that line. And how would I call it back? See, that's going to be the problem. That's going to be what I'm thinking here. Let's run it now, see what we got. Well, it did work. It did work. We got an input line. So now I can write my new project, like new project. Right? When I do that new project, what I want it to do is it's either going to run on Windows or we're going to have it run on Linux or on a Mac. All right? So at that point, I'll have to really look at this. Maybe I could just copy this. You know, copy and pasting is a part of programming I teach my kids all the time. So let's say we're going to copy this out, and we're going to, how do we want to do this? Let's put a comma. Oops. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't want to do that. No, I didn't want to do that at all. Go back. Enter. Okay, now, let's do this. Comma, enter. Oh, why is it? No, why is it doing that? It doesn't like me, does it? Enter, and do it again. Now we're going to say run on Mac, and we'll have this button here, SG button be Mac, and we're going to have run on Linux. Okay, we're going to have this button here be Linux. Okay, now with any hope and dreams here, we have a little problem going on down here. I gotta close it. Had to close bracket. Okay. All right, now the app is coming together because we can see now we have the project name, and we have run on Windows, run on a Mac, or run on a Linux. Now I would rather have these buttons next to it. So I have to see now, how can I do that? How can I put these buttons? How can I put the button next to the word? Would I not separate it maybe? Would that be what I would have to do? So let's say if I would take, looking at this, maybe we'll put it in the same bracket. Let's try that. So, well, I don't know if that would work, or if we should just use this and copy that. Maybe, I don't know. To there, take this out here. What would it run? Yeah, see, that's how you would do it. So run on Windows. Now the Windows button is right next to it there. So see how easy that was. So that makes more sense. We'll have to clean it up a little bit. I think the box is way too big. This is centered nicely, but I think the box is too big. So to get that smaller, get your margins up here, we can actually lower this down to, I don't know, let's lower it down to 60. Then you run it and see what you got. Yeah, it still looks kind of big. Still looks kind of big there. Oh, you know what I'm doing. Oh, that's not where I want to be. I want to be down here, actually. So 60. I was in the wrong one. We'll make this 80 by 50. 80 by 50. And then you have to run it just to see what you're going to have here. The app's looking better now. Look at that. The box is looking better. I got to work on the fonts. I want to get the font size bigger. But let's fix up the rest of these buttons here. Just as again I said, take this. We're going to cut that. Put it here. Put a comma. Paste it. Take this out. Okay. Same way here is we're going to just, and as I said, I'm just learning this stuff. This is very interesting stuff. If you've never done this before, I suggest take a weekend or something, sit, open your VS Code or whatever code window you want to use, and by all means sit down and just start playing around. See if you can't get this done here. Cut, comma. Again, this is all my own code here. I'm just wondering like how to build this. See if it runs. Seems to me like there would be a problem there. That's okay. So there you go. Run on Windows, run on Mac, run on Linux. Okay. Project name. So I give it a project name. And then you just have to look and see what else do you want your code to do. Once it runs, what else do you want it to do? One thing I like to do is change. That's a really terrible background color there. I don't know. Not really sure how I would actually set the background color. I'm trying to see. They got text color here. Background color equals green. But that's for a particular text box. So yeah, I'm going to have to see how I would get this set up proper way here. Maybe I would do, let's see. Oh, let's go SG dot background, 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 color, background color, equals background color equals. Oh, there's some nice colors, huh? Green. Let's try green. Let's see what we get now with this. Maybe I don't need the equal sign. No, it kind of makes sense you're going to need the equal sign in there. Equals, maybe we got to close it. Let's try close it. Maybe I need a comma. See, there's something wrong here. Expected. Expected where? Why? Why is it expected that? Oh, I think I see it. There you go. Now it might work. Uh-oh. Mayday. Has no attribute in background. Alright. So it's funny, there's no background. Let's try that. Nope. So when you get code like this, you're not sure. You just want to asterisk it out, maybe. Okay. Here's another thing I like to do is comment on your code as you're writing it. I've written so much code, and I looked at somebody's source code when I said, you do the same thing I do. But comment here. I want to change the background color of the box. Alright. Just like that, because this is asterisked out here, or remmed for a better terminology, so it's not going to run in your code. You can see where the code will run now just fine. But I'm trying to figure out how to change that background color. So again, all you got to do is, what I would say, is search, just do another search here for PySimpleGUI background box color. Let's see what you get. And I'm using a new browser also called Vivaldi. I think you should check it out. It's Vivaldi. Vivaldi. Just looking at somebody else's code here. Layout. See, it just says background underscore color. I don't really know why it would be background underscore color equals some color. green. See, it doesn't really like that either. Yeah, so anyway, I mean, don't get too nasty in the comments. Be like, "Oh, Jack, you don't know what the heck you're doing there with that code." And I'm learning. I'm evolving. And this is where I kind of put my best foot forward. Is kind of look at other people's code to find out exactly what they did, and find out how to actually set this. You can change the background by simply argument in the layout. Well, I'm in the layout, and it doesn't like it. Now, the only thing I could think of, maybe one more thing, one more try here. Background, color equals. We'll try it. I don't know why I want to try green, but it just seems like it makes sense to me. Still doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. I mean, they just simply had it like this. See, it doesn't like it. Oh, well, anyway. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial here of building a PySimpleGUI. Like I said, I'm still learning, but I got this much done already. I'm pretty impressed that I got this much working. I want to get it all centered and cleaned up a lot, but it's a start. So, you know, I want you to go out there and start coding also. You know, start coding, learn how to do stuff, learn what to do with it, and practice. Keep practicing. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Jack's Tech Corner and another episode of Python. This is Python, obviously, and PySimpleGUI. Until next time, remember, keep editing code and keep compiling your way through your computer. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.